all the element called format
Welcome to Improv Live 355.
You know, it's kind of interesting, this whole improv thing, because I remember when I first was applying to grad school, I think I wrote my entrance essay on improvisation and how my whole life was improv, like how I decided to do music or how I decided to go to grad school. You know, I always thought about that. And how did I get here? Some of it's by chance, and some of it's by my hard work, or some of it's just by kind of reactions to things and landing here. And, you know, at Brookline High School, which is like one of the best, it is the best job ever. I did not decide to teach because when you're young, like, who wants to be a teacher? I went to Berkeley and I was like, I want to play. And so then I played in a bunch of divey bands, like played in Peabody. Like, I did the low budget tour. Like, some of my friends were on major labels and touring the world. I was touring like the dive bars, playing Rockabilly with this guy, Jackie Lee Williams. You know, as I was getting older, you know what happens is your perspective changes a little bit about, you know, do I want to be living in this apartment anymore, or I need some more money? And I just started going back to school to UMass Boston to get certified to teach. And I was lucky enough to be subbing in the pit band here at Brookline High School playing drums, and they were looking to rebuild their music program because it had gotten cut through some tax changes and stuff. And I got interviewed and I got hired for the job. So I was really, really lucky. So like I was saying, some of it's chance, but you know, what I was doing to that point was like preparing me to do that. So when I got here, there was a concert band that had about 18 students in it with the completely crazy instrumentation, you know, like 5 flutes, French horn, 1 tuba player, you know, so it wasn't really balanced well. And they said, here's another class you're going to teach. It's called Creative Music. Here you go. Like, there wasn't a curriculum or anything. So the first day I showed up, I had like 4 or 5 kids. I was like, well, what do you want to do? And they actually wanted to do traditional harmony. So I was like, all right. So we started doing that. And I'm big into computers. So then I brought in some computers and they were writing some fugues and stuff. And we put it in the computer and they play it. And eventually, like, that class turned into like a digital production music class. Today I have 2 sections of a digital music class where we compose and we use Logic. I have a computer lab. I have the concert band, which this year has 75 members in it. I have my jazz band, which is, you know, I call it a jazz band, but it's really, it's improvised music kind of, but we play off of rock and jazz and stuff. That's an audition only class. And then I teach a jazz rock ensemble. Like, so for today, I'm going to be, last week I was having my 9th grade boys sing a Betty Wright tune, which was crazy. And this week they want to do Pink Floyd, and then I'm going to bring them into like a little bit of jazz and then back to rock and stuff. I have this great story that we had this South African AIDS choir came to this high school. I mean, this is over 10 years ago. And they were singing just beautiful music. And some student asked, like, where'd you learn that? How'd you learn how to do that? Like, did you go to school? And they were like, no, what do you mean? We just do that. So again, another distinction between how I run my classrooms. Like, I want them to be able to answer, we just do that. So I think you have to set it up that you're treating them as people and that we're a community of musicians. And we have differences, and I have to grade you, I'm sorry, but you know, that it's all about trying to communicate through this medium of music.